what we're going to do, the room's still filling up with the attendees. If somebody can send me over a very quick chat in a little message in the chat box, just to let me know that you can hear me okay and everything's working okay, and we'll make a start. Welcome. This will be a very quick overview call of what we're doing, so don't think it's going to be too long. The goal for tonight is for the new stars to hear a little bit about what we're doing within this elite network, within OrganoGold. What I'll do first is tell you a little bit about myself, how I got involved in the industry, what it's done for me, and then explain the OrganoGold story. So I'm just going to check the chat box, guys. I'm going to give you 30 seconds, so we'll make a start. So just confirm we can hear me okay, guys. Just a quick message will be okay. So yeah, so my story, my name's Josh Maskell, I'm 26, I'm from Leeds. Normal average kid. Went through the education structure, studied at university in Buckinghamshire, and the goal was to go in the police. Got a great degree, studied hard, worked hard for that degree, and came back up north, but struggled to find any graduate work. And what happened was I got involved in personal training. I got involved in a local gym, started working long hours, stressful, just getting by, still living at my mum's house. And I was offered an opportunity, and I got my first start in this business, this industry, in a nutrition company, and was successful at that. What I saw with that company was the ability to build a large residual income and create great revenue for myself. Made 5 figures a month with that company, but I always kept my eyes open, always kept my ears to the ground for what was going on. And for me, I knew the industry worked. I just hadn't found the correct vehicle for me. And that's when I stumbled across OrganoGold. So what I'm going to do now is quickly screen share the information so you guys can see what's going on. But the industry for me, what I always say before we start the presentation is be open-minded. Okay, when I look back to when I first got involved in this type of business, I was massively skeptical in terms of when I first got sat down, said pyramid scheme, scam, all these things, and I was definitely closed-minded. And I just personally think that that's the worst type of mindset that you can have in this economy. So let me just pop the screen share on. Here we go, guys. So as you can see, the name of the business is OrganoGold. Just making sure you can see this, guys. Here we go. So yeah, OrganoGold. I got offered this opportunity probably 12 months ago, and what happened with this? I'm always, like I said, kept my ears open. And when I was offered this opportunity, the guy who introduced me said he'd found the greatest product ever designed for network marketing. And at the time, I was like, well, what is it? I'd always sold nutritional products which required a sales pitch. But what he said to me was coffee. And that didn't make any sense to me at the time because, number one, I didn't drink coffee. And two, that I thought that everyone was already drinking it. And when I looked at those two things, they made perfect sense, that everyone's already consuming this product. And what OrganoGold has done is smart, and you're going to see that the slogan for the company is bringing the treasures of the earth to the people of the world. And I just understood that with networking and what we're a part of, you need a universal product. And this is what I've seen with OrganoGold, and what we've got the ability to do with this, and through this distribution model, which cuts out the middleman. Okay, it's the fastest growing method of distributing products. We've got an ability to really build this in the UK, and that excited me. I saw this opportunity, and there was no one in the United Kingdom building it of any real standard, and that was a sign. Okay, and for me, it was the right business. And I started looking at coffee, and I started looking at just how everyone was doing it. It was definitely a mega trend. And OrganoGold is situated between these fast-growing industries. Number one, you've got the internet. I always say now, this generation is the most socially connected ever. Okay, and the way that we used to advertise products, to me, doesn't work the way it used to. Okay, you've got advertisements, billboards, flyers, all these things don't work as well as they used to work. I say now that our generation's created things like YouTube, Facebook, Angry Birds, Snapchat. These are all word of mouth businesses. I say everyone's got a smartphone now. We're so connected as a generation. I say you can speak to 60 different people in 60 different countries in 60 seconds with your smartphone. Okay, I've had conversations there in Australia. We've been speaking to people in Lebanon, Turkey. So we're so connected. And what we've got now is that ability to network products through people that are already networked. Okay, word of mouth is powerful. And like I said, our generation is connected. We've all got handheld computers that we just can't leave alone. And what we've got with this is then the home-based business avenue. And for me, again, I was quite skeptical of this just because when I look at home-based business, I kind of think of Avon or Tupperware or things like that. And when I first looked at it, that just wasn't for me. So, but then I looked at the health and wellness as well. Well, I've always been into health and wellness. And you're going to quickly see that we've got a health component to this. And I just believe, I always say this, if I can offer someone health in a habit, it's going to make sense. And then you've got coffee. And again, coffee is the second most traded commodity in the world right now. But when I looked at this again, I was like, well, coffee selling, how does that work? And why would I do that? But the reason why the coffee market is so big is that it's habitual. People are doing it every single day. And what I've seen with networking coffee is not only do people share it anyway, it's a social thing to do. And the sales of daily consumables is where it's at. Okay, we have a product that anyone can sell. It's the world's most consumed drink next to water. 50% there or thereabouts of Europeans drink coffee on a daily basis. And you've got specialty coffee sales increasing 20% by the year. And this is what I've seen. It's a habit that's formed by most people. And the reason why I can say that with some truth is that I was not a coffee drinker before building the Organogold business. I tried the coffee, I liked it, and now I'm pretty much addicted to it, 3 or 4 cups every single day. And that was my mindset there. Well, if I form the habit, how many other people are going to start forming these habits? And most people now are in the habit of drinking coffee every single day. It's a ritual that most people wake up to. Another example that I use here is my mother. She never really got behind any of my business ventures. No matter how successful I got, she always just didn't really get behind it. So, but what I noticed with my mum is my mum was already on an auto ship, basically a monthly subscription to the Nespresso brand of coffee. And she was spending up to £50 a month on these Nespresso things. So what I've seen with this, like I said, it's definitely a habit. And you only got to look at Warren Buffett, who's one of the top investors in the world. He says, if you want to build your fortune, you need to position yourself between 3 megatrends: tobacco, alcohol, and coffee. And what you've got with Organogold is the ability to build a business and partner with a business for just £190, for under £200. And for me, that's fantastic because, like I said, I'm a normal average kid, and I didn't have, once I'd got my university education, which I'd have to invest it in, and no one wanted me for work, there was no other real way for me to set up a business. Okay, I always say this, that the only plan that I really had, and most people I speak to, is number one, you either work more hours or you take another job on. Okay, you set up a franchise your own business, which is going to need capital. I'm not against that, but I didn't have any money to invest. Or you can partner with a company like Organogold and build a business part-time. Like I said, when I look back, I just started building mine part-time around my current commitments. I was able to then replace my wage and then just build on that each and every single month. So if those clues didn't make any sense and what I said so far doesn't make any sense, you've got to look at what else is going on out there. I always say, people just open your eyes and take a look at what's going on. You've got Starbucks to start with. Starbucks have now made it socially acceptable to charge up to £2.50 and even more for a drink. And what you've got with those, they've created what's called the gourmet category of coffee drinking, which is the taste, but it's the lifestyle as well. We always share the story that, to me, when I was a kid, coffee was kind of what I say older people drank. But what we've got now is a trend of younger people who are coming through. Starbucks have now set up drive-throughs where you can drive through your favourite coffee. It's sold in pretty much in every single garage now and petrol station where you can buy coffee. And what McDonald's did, well, they noticed what Starbucks were doing, and they followed suit. They actually moved 70% of their marketing budget to McCafe, and now every single quarter, McDonald's are turning over massive amounts of revenue from coffee. There's a recent advertisement now on the radio. If you listen to the radio, and they're pitching and just promoting just the McCafe, they're not talking about burgers and fries. They're taking all that attention and putting it on the coffee. And these are all clues. I mean, why are these major companies getting behind coffee? You've got Burger King. We haven't got Dunkin' Donuts in the UK, but they changed their logo from a donut to a coffee cup. We've got Nestle in the UK, Costa's now, you see them in every single petrol station. They've got vending machines in the services which charge up to £3 a cup. Subway now include coffee on their breakfast menu. And what I've seen with coffee, like I said, it's a commodity. And it fared better than golden oil in 2014. And for me, these are all clues. And like I said, if we can start tapping into this from a business standpoint, and this is what I see this as. I see it as a business opportunity to partner with a brand that's growing every single year. But what people typically ask is, well, what's setting you apart from Starbucks, from Costa, from Dow Egberts, from all these other coffee brands? And what makes our choice better is this: Ganoderma Lucidum. You're going to quickly realize that our company is a Ganoderma company. But what we use is coffee, teas, hot chocolates as our delivery system. And Ganoderma is just an adaptogen. It supports health and longevity, and it's got over 12,000 peer-reviewed papers published on its power. As you can see there, it's the highest ranked in the Chinese pharmacopoeia. And what we've got is all our products are infused with this Ganoderma. And all I've seen with mine is, I was a skeptic to this. And I can say that is, when I first got started, I was like, well, it's basically a mushroom, it's a fungi. And I was like, well, how does that work? I've never been into holistic medicine or medicinal mushrooms or anything like that. But I started doing my own research, looking into it. And there's so many peer-reviewed stuff. And by that, I mean, there's independent research done on just the benefit of this. But the genius part of this is that they've infused this powerful herb into everyday habits. And all I found is greater productivity, improved health, sustained energy, and my sleep's improved. And that's weird to say when you say coffee, but Ganoderma has helped with my sleep massively. And as you can see, we have got the purest form of Ganoderma Lucidum. OrganoGold's Ganoderma produce is recognised internationally for its patented cultivation, which means it's grown in its natural surroundings, which is very important for me. Just look at the bottom there, you've got a ton of certifications: EcoCert, Kosher, Halal, 29 certifications, which is just, to me, this just shows that OrganoGold is building for the future. They've just partnered and celebrated the groundbreaking $240 million Gano Industrial Park. So we're working towards the future, and that was big for me. If I was going to partner with a company, I wanted to make sure that it was building for the future. And OrganoGold, you've only got to look at it now. It's building a reputation of something that's going to be massive. Okay, it's building. It did roughly 350 million in sales last year, and it's just scratching the surface. And that excites me, to be able to partner with a brand that's brand new and centered around people's habits. And all we've seen is just, we're starting to attract people now in our elite network. And what we're building is, like, now we're meeting high-level salesmen, we're meeting business owners, pro athletes, stay-at-home mums, people from the armed forces, people from every single background are now starting to realize that, listen, this is real and it's working. Okay, you've got people like myself who had no business background, student, and didn't study business or did not come from wealth, but I've been able to build at 26 years old a 5-figure income in this industry. And for me, that's just scratching the surface. And we've been able to build this part-time. As you can see here, these are some of the products. We've got the black coffee, the latte, the mocha, the hot chocolate, the green teas, and they're bringing more and more products out. We've now even launched the Nespresso's compatible pods, which is called the espresso range. You've got the black ice, we've got the capsules, and they're bringing more and more products out, which is great. This is the leadership here, as you can see here: Alton Bugs, Bernard Chu, and Shane Moran. This is the team that really getting it moving. Okay, Alton Bugs is actually the top earner in all of network marketing. If you just do a little bit of Google research on Alton Bugs, you'll see that he's is the maverick in this. Okay, he's done, he's broke records in everything he's done, and it's great to have these sort of guys on board. They've got a collaboration with Think and Grow Rich. So these are just all clues of what this company's doing. And like I said, now they've partnered with Greg Norman, Manny Pacquiao, and we're bringing in global brand ambassadors. Manny Pacquiao's massive because he's got the biggest fight ever coming up. So we're building for the future, and for me, like I said, this thing is real and it's working. And we've not got you on to sell you anything or to sell you on any concept tonight. We just want to show you the information. The person who's invited you simply wants to show you because they know I can trust you. And what we've seen with this is the ability to build something big. Okay, Greg Norman's not going to put his name to anything that he doesn't believe is going to work. He's a very successful businessman. He's got his own brand, the Great White Shark, and obviously a very successful businessman. And what I want to explain now is how we get paid. Okay, most people just see this as coffee selling, and there's a much bigger thing to it than just selling. Okay, retail is an aspect to it, but the networking is also another great aspect to it. So in terms of getting paid, the first way we get paid is retail sales. And what we teach here is once you become a member tonight, you're going to get access to this at wholesale price. And what we teach people to do is earn a minimum of 50% retail profit. And as an OG distributor, you're going to get access, like I said, to this at wholesale price. And all we do there is we just move the product, okay? We're building a community of coffee drinkers. And when I was looking at getting involved with another company, I wanted a product that the masses were doing. And all I've seen with this is once I got started with 10 boxes. I started sampling friends and family. I didn't let them know it was a network marketing business. I didn't let them know it was Organo Gold. I just wanted to get some feedback on the product. And what I found with the product and me using it myself is that I got a lot of customers, and I'd never been a massive product guy. I'd always been great at the business, and I'd led with that. But I saw the ability with coffee, teas, hot chocolates, that anyone could really use this and succeed. I use the example of my mom, who I gave a box of the black coffee to take into work, and the very next day she'd got herself 4 customers. And that's the key. This is a universal product that anyone can sell. So what we've got here is there's so many ways to find your potential retail customers. You've got home events, person to person, special events. We've got people who do trade shows. We've got people who sell it by the cup, salons and spas. We've got it in gyms, health centers, schools. Just coffee just makes sense. It's been purchased by pretty much everyone out there. So just like I say with this, just take a look tomorrow. Take a look at the amount of people who are walking about drinking coffee, and you'll be shocked. The second way to be paid is what's called fast track bonus. So what you get here is once someone gets started, okay, they're going to come in with what's called a promotional pack, which I'll explain a little bit later on. What happens here is every time you recommend someone to one of these promo packs, you're going to get paid a one-off commission, okay? That's up to £95. The third way to be paid is what's called dual team. And this is the power of it. And what we're asking you to do here, these are team commissions, okay? And you only have to go out and find 2 people to start with. And we're even going to teach you how to do that. And what you get here is you're going to build 2 communities, one left, one right, 2 sales teams. And you get paid on the efforts of the entire teams, okay? And you're paid up to 20% of the lesser leg. The 4th way and 5th, 6th, and 7th way is what's called residual money. So what you get here is once you build a business, okay, once you build a community of coffee drinkers and entrepreneurs who are building the business, every time they reorder coffee, okay, and you've made that recommendation and built that business, you're going to be paid commissions. And how I see this is here is ways 4, 5, 6, and 7. These are the residual part of the compensation plan, and this is what you've got to get your head around. It's this distribution model. This is not sold in shops, stores, online. It's sold by people like me and you. We are the advertising agents, and what I love about this industry, it's all performance and effort based. So when I was working as a personal trainer, I was always exchanging my time for money. Okay, and what I saw with that is that I could only work so many hours in the day. And then I've got business friends now who have got very successful businesses, but they're pretty much tied down to the business, which means that if they don't go in, the business doesn't run. But what I see with residual money is that if I work very hard front end and build it one time, okay, it will pay me forever. And that's what I love. I call myself ambitiously lazy, where if I work really hard at the beginning, then I can take the rest of my life off. And residual money is powerful. And I just think with this, it's most people work to a linear income where it's either commissions based, or sorry, it's salary based or per hour. And you've got to get away from that. Do you know what I mean? I just think there's definitely a new way to make money now, and it's just getting your head around this distribution model. So what I like to do here is just take you on a little test drive. And I don't just say this test drive because this is pretty much what I did, and what I got asked. And write this down. If you're taking notes and you're looking at this from a business standpoint, number one, do you believe you can find 10 people who can switch their brand of coffee? Okay, and what you'll find is once you've tried the coffee, what I recommend to do is first and foremost try this. Okay, when I do my meetings, I invite people around. We try the coffee, we have a conversation, and once people try the coffee and see it, it's very easy to see just how we can switch people's brand to a healthier brand. And I truly believe that anyone can find 10 people in their community to switch the brand of coffee. And what you're going to find from that is this is just an example. You're going to get a £230 profit from just doing that. I'm just finding 10 people who switch the brand. You're going to get a £230 profit, and that on average is around £2,700 per year. And you're going to get a lot of people that can really help them out. Okay, and I believe anyone can do that. The second part is building a distribution model. Okay, like I said, we build networks, and we do this all the time anyway. We always make recommendations. But what I got asked and what I've been doing is, do you believe you can build a distribution system, a team of people, okay, of 1,000 people? And that's not personally. An example that I like to use is we're going to show you 10 friends how to do that, and they find 10 and they find 10, etc. And what you're going to get there is you're going to have your team of 1,000 who all get their 10 customers. That's going to be 10,000 customers, okay, within your organization. Like I said, on average, my customers buy off me 2 boxes a month. That's going to be 20,000 boxes of coffee going through your account. That would generate $300,000 in coffee sales. And what Organo Gold are going to do with the residual part of the pay plan here, where it's 4, 5, 6, and 7, is pay you between 8 and 12% of that. So using that example there, you're looking at about 15 to 20 grand a month. And most people look at that, and if you'd shown me that when I first got started, I would have laughed you out of the park, because I was not aware that people could make that per month, because I was making that per year. And this is one thing that I've started to realize, that once you get your head around the industry, that it's real and it's working, then there's definitely an opportunity there. And I've seen it with other companies. Okay, you've probably heard of the likes of Amway, Nu Skin, Juice Plus, all these other companies that have really took to this distribution model, but none of them have got a product as simple as coffee. Organo Gold have even brought out another incentive now, which is the car scheme. When you get to the rank of Sapphire, which me and Ben Kane have done in his first month, then they start paying you towards a black Mercedes. So just another great incentive. And as you start going through the ranks, as your business starts growing, they start paying you more and more money towards a car. And the cool thing with this is, like I always say, it's, with it being performance income, it's very little startup cost. It's very little. It's low risk, low capital startup, and you can get started for as little as £40. That's going to give you 12-month back office, a distributor binder, your own website, brochure applications, and you're going to start being able to enroll distributors, find customers, build the business. But what we always teach is, you're going to need product. Once you follow our simple system and just see how easy it is to build our business, you're going to need product. So everyone who we work with gets started with the bronze pack. And like I said, that's a one-off investment with that and the membership of £190. And for me, that's getting you started. I call the bronze pack the neighborhood pack or the sample pack, because what I did with that is I wanted to get as much attention on my brand as I could quick. So I sampled all this out to my friends, family, and business partners to get some feedback. And that's how I started. I started not online like this, but I started at a home event. I invited 15 friends round. I think around 9 turned up and 4 got started. We've now turned that into over 700 people who are building the business and building the brand in the UK. Like I said, it's fairly new in the UK. The market's only been open 2 years and the company's only 6 years old. So we've got a lot of brand awareness to do, but what we've got the ability to do here is get market share, and that excites me every single day to go out there and build the brand. What we've also got then is on day 7, you can upgrade to your silver pack, which is going to give you more product. The silver pack is an extra £255 once you've purchased your bronze, and it's going to give you the exact same amount in product and 15% on your dual team commissions. The gold pack, which I did day 7 because I want the maximum commissions and the most product, is an extra £900 investment, gives you the same amount of product plus your maximum commissions on your dual team. And this is for people who want to move fast, who see the importance of launching a business. Okay, the people who are really launching it and building it need that product to get started. You're going to quickly see that everything's centered around this product. We've built it through a sample-based methodology, which means I sample my coffee for free. And an example that I use there is companies like AOL, Facebook, who give away their products to start with. AOL is a prime example because they give away that CD. And if the product is good as it states, you'll buy it. And all I've seen with the sample-based methodology is that once I give this coffee out for free and I follow it correctly, people are interested in the product, the business, or sometimes both. And we've done that time and time again. So the goal of Organo Gold is to capture 1% of the coffee market. Okay, we're realistic that we're not going to capture the entire market. But for what's been said tonight, do you believe that this makes sense? And do you see an opportunity for yourself? And that's the question I ask myself. Okay, I toyed with this for a while, but this is universal. And we're not guinea pigs in terms of the States, Canada, Mexico. These markets are really starting to grow now. This will be a household name. And remember, this industry is the fastest growing method of moving products to the marketplace. And we're bringing new people in every single day. And for me, you want to be the first to get behind the brand. And in closing, you just remember what you've heard tonight. Because for me, everything has a starting point. And I always say this, you don't want to look back in 3 to 5 years when this is a household name. And remember what I saw when Josh presented that to me on a webinar, but I just thought he was trying to sell me coffee. Some people think like that. But what I see is the ability to partner, okay, see this first mover's advantage and get started. And this is a new way to create income. And what I always say is I am a normal average kid, not great at speaking, no real business background, and I've been able to build this, okay? And at 26-year-old, I'm pretty much set. And most people look at that and don't really see how it's possible, but all we do is we teach people how to do that. And we're now starting to attract people with business backgrounds. So this brand's going to move fast. And all I say is tonight, get your questions answered. I've put on the sidebar, connect with me on social media. I'm just going to take the, one second. Connect with me on social media and just get your questions answered because it's real, it's working, and it's there. And you've got the ability to get behind the brand when it's new. And there's no saturation, none of that. And so all I say is either connect with me on Facebook. I'll happily speak to people tonight and we'll go from there. But like I always say, there's 3 types of people. There's 3 people who make things happen, people who watch things happen, and people who think, what the hell just happened? So guys, remember, it's easy, simple, it's coffee. Don't overthink it. If you see something in this tonight, get yourself started. I'll see you guys real soon.